I bet you Dan Booth wishes that game was in Hawaii.
I know, right?
Could you
I wonder if
imagine?
they've ever done the Little League World Series in Hawaii.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, as kids get older, it can be harder for parents to really connect with them, find that common ground. But maybe a script can help.
Psychologist Dr. Laura Saunders from the Hartford Healthcare Institute of Living is here with the top 10 list. I feel like I'm on Letterman. You might be able to use starting today. Good morning, Doc. How are you?
I am well. Happy Thursday. And yes, gone are the days where lecturing on and on and on makes your point. What we're trying to focus on is short phrases, have them in your pocket to pull out for a variety of different parenting occasions.
I love this list because you're right. Like, you have to be concise, quick, because if you start taking too long, you can already see your kids like their eyes want, yeah, or they'll be like, "What's for dinner?" Or "Can I do this?" And it's like, "Are you even listening?" And I was glazing the list over too to see if there's any that I use, and I think our producer Becky too. We were talking about this, and there's already a few on there that we're very familiar with. So let's start with number one. What's the top first one on the list there?
You can be mad, but you can't be mean, right? We all get angry, right? But you can be angry. You can be mad, but you can't be mean. That's one. Number two, it's okay not to be okay. Just let us know how you're doing, right? You don't have to say, "I'm great, I'm good, I'm fine." If you're not okay, it's fine. It's okay not to be okay. Just let us know how you're doing.
There's a great song by Jelly Roll out there. I'm Not Okay. It's a great song. If anybody's out there and wants to listen to a great song, listen to it. It sounds good. Anyway, just digressing here.
That's the same, right? That's the point, right? We don't have to always pretend that we're fine, right? It's one thing if you're a clerk at the grocery store who asks how you doing, you say, "I'm okay," right? You don't go on and on, but you have to have those people where you can share things. Okay, another one is don't comment on people's bodies.
I love that.
It's just a good blanket statement to have. Don't comment on people's bodies. And one that a lot of parents use, which is don't yuck someone else's yum.
I've never heard that one. What does that mean?
Meaning, like, I say, "Oh, I really love fish," and you say, "Oh, I hate fish," right? That's yucking my yum. So you can say, "Oh, wow, I'm happy you enjoy fish," right? Or whatever it is. So it's don't yuck someone else's yum.
Yeah, don't be negative. We say that to our sons sometimes with stuff, especially related to
I know
food.
a few people that, yes.
You like that? You're going to use that one-liner?
I'm going to use it.
And what is number 5, Doc?
You don't have to be friends with everyone, but kindness is always required, right? You don't need to be a good friend to everyone, but you do need to be kind to everyone. So you don't have to be friends with everyone, but kindness is always required. Another good one, which is stop means stop, no means no. That is that's a kind of a lesson you need to start instilling in your children from when they're young. Stop means stop, and no means no.
How young? 2, 3?
Yeah, I mean, once those are pretty core concepts, stop and no. So starting very young, stop means stop and no means no. And obviously you take those things and then you add many years onto them, and that's how you understand consent. But that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as soon as our kids started talking, we were really starting to drive the stop and the no. Even when, with tickling, like tickling your kids, if they say stop, like we would stop, because we want them to know that their words are powerful and that they have control and jurisdiction over themselves or, in their body. So, but the little things that we didn't think about when we were kids or what we weren't taught to us. So it's really hard, I think, as parents trying to rewire, right? Because we're not used to it.
Yes, and that actually also applies like forcing your children to hug other people or, to doing those kinds of things. We're really moving away from that because if it makes you feel uncomfortable, then you shouldn't be doing it. Stop means stop, no means no.
All right,
the next one is I'm
Klein.
sorry with no change in behavior. A real apology is fixing behavior.
A real apology is fixing behavior. A true apology, sincere, that you mean it.
Exactly. Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Oh, there you go.
Number 8.
Number 8. Say what you mean.
Another one.
Okay,
do you want, and this is really good for teens, do you want help or advice, or do you want me just to listen? Because very often your teens and your young adults do not want your advice, but they do want you to listen. So ask, do you want help or advice, or do you just want me to listen?
That's a really good, I think that's one of my favorite ones on the whole list.
I think it's good for couples too, right?
Exactly, because you don't always want to be fixing things, right?
Yeah.
Do you want help or advice, or do you just want me to listen?
That's great. I love that. All right. And number 10?
Are you tattling or are you telling?
Oh.
So tattling is getting someone in trouble on purpose. Telling is trying to help someone. So are you tattling or are you telling?
What happens if you do have a tattletale, Doc?
Like Cindy Brady.
Well, like Cindy Brady. Yes. Well, then you need to sort of say, tattling, you're just trying to get someone in trouble. If there's something you need to tell me, I would say telling is more like a safety issue, right? You're trying to help someone or it's a safety issue. Tattling is something that you can hold on to, but if it's a safety issue or if it's, you need to tell me something to help someone, then that's okay.
I think that that's so hard right now to decipher, at least in the season of parenting that we're in right now, because, you know, we want to encourage our kids to work things out amongst themselves and not constantly run back to their parents to even tell them things. So are you saying to really draw the line in the sand and delineate, like, if you're going to be hurt or someone's getting hurt, then that's more of a reason to tell us?
Yes, I mean, telling's a safety issue, right? So telling is you're trying to help someone or you're trying to help yourself. Tattling is, I saw those two and they took an extra piece of candy, right? Or, you know, they did something. That's just tattling, and you're not trying, how does that benefit you, right? So it's kind of coming back to some core issues. Does that help you? I don't need to know that right now. Let them work it out themselves, right? So having some other sort of phrases to let them work it out on their own.
And I know we have to wrap, but really, really quick, is tattling a normal part of development amongst kids?
Absolutely, because they don't understand the boundary, right? And especially some of the real rulesy kids or anxious kids, they just want to tell you everything that's going on. And you can say, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it, but I'll let them work it out on their own. So it's very much a developmental issue.
All right.
Good to know.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate your time and your wisdom. Awesome.
Parents everywhere are thanking you.
Have a great day.
You too.
You too. All right, what's coming up next, Scott?
How families can support breastfeeding. Our friend Lori Atkins is in our Jordan's Furniture Reading Room. She's going to give us expert tips on feeding tools and answering common questions to mark National Breastfeeding Awareness Month.
And she has a baby with her.